To our next conversation, an emergency meeting by the Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party PDP resulted in a resolution to immediately swear in Sunday Ude-Okoye as the substantive National Secretary in line with the declarative judgment of the Enugu High Court, which was upheld by the Court of Appeal. Chairman of the BOT, Senator Delphos Wabara, who read the communique to the National Working Committee, explained that the body thoroughly considered critical issues within the party before reaching the decision. However, Senator Samuel Anyanwu has refused to back down, citing that the matter is still in court. He also argues that the tenure of 80% of the BOT members who attended the meeting expired in October last year. The debacle rages on. Kaidi, the PDP BOT, urging the NWC to swear in Ude-Okoye as the party secretary. But now that part, can we say that it is Uhuru? Can we say that the matter has been resolved? Are there more contentious issues within the People's Democratic Party?
My position and my comments is still there a few days ago. And I just said this is just a microcosm of the bigger issue.
Okay.
However, I think when you want to deal with the bigger issue, definitely you start with the small issue. And so, for me, one of the things that we need to understand that BOT is an organ of the party. It is advisory, and they need to take a stand, and that's what they have done. And for Anyanwu, as much as is entitled to go to court to ventilate his displeasure over the whole thing, as a political journalist, I feel that he should leave the scene and actually focus on something else. However, talking about the bigger crisis, I do not see a Damagun working peaceably with Ude-Okoye. Because Damagun and Anyanwu, they belong to the same camp. And they've been accused as being fifth columnists to the party. They believe that these are pro-Wike NWC members. And this is very key. But in terms of party forging ahead, you can as well say that, oh, you have a chairman, you have a secretary. We can talk about them resolving this issue because you will always believe, and I believe, that party issues, it is not better resolved in court. They have to be a political solution. BOT has come out to speak. Governors Forum has come out to speak. Some lawmakers have come out to adopt this Ude-Okoye because looking at Anyanwu's dilemma, this was somebody who went out to become the governorship candidate in Imo State and had, made attempt, to even become governor. Coming back to say that I'm still the secretary looks a bit untidy for me. However, the bigger issue is that the NWC needs to work together. Because I still see them throwing tantrums. You saw Ikenga still calling Damagun, still calling some of them that there are other people that still have to be kicked out. This is fanning the embers of discord again. So for me, if the party is really serious, if someone's saying, oh, BOT, why are they meeting outside the secretariat? Definitely they don't have to meet within the secretariat. It's NWC that actually own and take charge of the secretariat. That's their office. Yes, that's their office, so NWC.
In short, you're talking about the NWC. Are you saying that the crisis in the party, if the NWC is dissolved, you think the problem in the PDP can be solved?
They have to be dissolved. That's the idea of let us have next meeting.
I think their tenure is not yet over. I think their tenure is maybe July or
convention will end it. Yes. When they hold the convention, when they elect, they are in their caretaker, they are active. Exactly. So when they have the convention, the party can talk about the way forward. But now, whatever BOT has done, yes, it's just solving a micro problem, but the bigger
issue is still there. Now, she talked about issues like that, the court should not be the one to decide. Now, I want to ask, should the court be the one to decide who occupies the post of the national secretary, of the party, instead of the NWC doing that decision, the NWC or the BOT making that decision?
No, like I said, I think in the beginning, is anything you take to the court will look at the rule book. what is the constitution of the party? What is the constitution of the country? That is our ground norm first.
No, but in this case, the BOT examined the judgment of the court.
Hold on.
Okay.
That is why he is also appealing. He has gone to the appeal. He even won. So now he's going to Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court will look at all these issues, depending on how he's able to present his matter. And Samuel Ayahu, who went to contest for election, and then come back like as if he had a placeholder somewhere.
No, but let us also look at it.
So
okay? I'm not part of Samuel Ayahu's legal team. I don't know him from anywhere. But this dispute, does it mean that anybody who occupies a position in the PDP and decides to go contest?
That's what I'm saying.
Does it mean that to come back your seat is now vacant?
Yes, so that is where the court will decide.
Did he resign from that post? Hold on. PDP, did he resign from that post when he was going to contest for that position?
He did not resign. If he did, he resigned.
Yes.
That is where the court will now say, fine.
You already
you
but
resigned.
He did not resign.
Yes, he did not resign. So he just left, went to contest. But the thing is, if the constitution of the party says if you leave to go and contest, you shouldn't even come. So it should be another person.
Okay.
Then that is it.
Well,
because I'm looking at it like, is it fair?
You know what I'm talking about political solution is, if you're talking about resign or resign, the majority elected part of the party members are saying, let's go with Ude-Okoye.
Yeah, so that
I'm talking about political solutions. If you're looking at the book, the rule, trust me, it's going to be a one-party system in 2027.
No, because the thing is, everybody must go to court to just tell us what the book says.
Okay.
Clarify that.
Clarify. If he's saying that, I didn't resign, I just went to test my popularity in my community, and at the end of the day, they rejected me, I'm coming back to work. And they are now telling him, Oga, sorry, your job has been taken. You are gone.
I think it's only in the civil service that you want to go and you resign. But in the PDP, is that what the rule book says?
That is what we all
leave it for the courts to decide.
You understand? So he is the one that will now tell the court, this is it. This is what our book says. But if the entire party is now saying, we do not want you because you left.
Because the governors in the party who are also very influential, they've decided
all these things that you are saying is ahead of 2027. You understand? So the PDP is also trying to see how they can manage the situation and make sure they come out as a formidable opposition.
Which is more of an issue.
Is a major
talking about
if they don't do that early, because what they are trying to do is to try and see how they can put their house in order early enough, so that when it gets to 2027, nobody will be saying, oh, they are divided.
Okay.
And so they will be able to go to that 2027 election as one indivisible party.
Talking about PDP being a viable opposition, the infighting in the PDP, do you think the party will get its act right and become a united party to beat come 2027? I asked you something that, do you think if the NWC is dissolved, maybe the problem of the PDP is over, but the infighting, do you think before 2027 they will get their acts right? Okay,
so for the benefit of those who are watching, who probably don't know beyond Iron versus Ude-Okoye, those are just, chess players.
Okay.
The real people who are playing the chess
are
outside.
Oh, and outside the party?
Yes, no, they are within the party.
Okay, within the party, but outside the Iron one, Ude-Okoye. Okay.
So, and I think it's important we put names to them so that people will understand. Now, the Damaguns of this world, the Ironwoods of this world are believed to be loyal to Nyesom Wike. Now, the Debo Ologunagba, the publicity secretary, the Ude-Okoye who wants to come in, people feel, oh, is it pro-Atiku or there is another presidential aspirant who wants to hijack the machinery of the party? Don't forget, the NWC, the whatever you were talking about, it's all about the interest of these people who wants to become the presidential candidate.
Okay.
Do you understand? So it is about this NWC will determine the modus operandi of the primaries when it is time. They will determine the people that will perform the delegate system, or they are going to do direct primaries. So these are the interests that are fighting and are fighting tooth and nail. It is not the Iron who decide whether I want to go to court. It is not the Ude-Okoye who decide whether I should fight to be part of the meeting. Okay. I'm talking about the fiscals. So these are the players, these are the people who are pressing the button. So, and you know, the Bauchi governor has also been, is it the Bauchi now, has also been named as someone who also has interest to become presidential candidate. So we do not know where these issues are coming from. But one thing I can tell you, this is just a mere distraction. The big fight is still coming.
Dear.
Whether convention will hold or not is a big question that I cannot tell you. How maybe the next meeting, the Governors Forum is proposing March. BOT is proposing February 13. And so this is, and the BOT has come out to say, Body Judge was on our channel yesterday, and he said, hey, the Governors Forum is not recognized in the party's constitution.
But the BOT.
Good. But we know how much power they wield.
Okay. Yes, the BOT is like the conscience of the party.
No, of course, that is the advisory.
But it's also advisory, not.
But their decision, do you think their decision is binding? You think their decision is not binding?
It's not. They are just organs of the party. They are advisory. If you are advisory, you cannot tell me this is what. It is still Mr. Damagun and his members that will determine whether the
NWC that will hold.
Okay, now still talking about the infighting in the PDP.
I'm making it more complex.
No, not really. Still talking about the infighting in the PDP and the road to 2027. There's been allegations that, the ruling party is sponsoring some persons to disrupt the opposition. And now we see what's going on in the PDP, the Labour Party. Now I want to ask you, are there spies in the PDP who are hell-bent to break it apart on the road to 2027?
So you want me to say ID?
That's what I wanted to say.
I mean, looking at the crisis rocking the party, do you think they are infiltrators?
No. If, for instance, you are saying that because maybe PDP members are working for APC members, you call them spies. I don't know if that is where you are going to.
Infiltrators?
No, as in, should I mention names? Maybe Winston Wiki working for Mr. President. He has said that he's a member of the PDP, but because he has Nigeria inside of him, that is why he's working for the president. That is what he's saying.
Okay. And he's not the first.
He's not the first.
You understand? So remove him from this whole thing.
Okay.
Now, if you are now saying that maybe Mr. President has people, in PDP who is giving money, like some people,
there are allegations.
Some crazy people are coming up with that idea that they are giving people money. I don't know how. I don't know how that is possible. People want to join APC, fine, but they want to stay in their party for them to. But the thing is, for PDP to survive and for PDP to become a political party that would, tackle APC, is for them to look at themselves from within.
But really,
it has to start from within.
Some would say that it is the APC's interest when the PDP is having a crisis.
So if they want to really, be in formidable opposition, they have to look at themselves inside. Because they have so many interests.
So many
inside. Everybody wants to be president inside the PDP. And the people who wants to be president inside the PDP, when you look at some of them, you will be wondering, this one too wants to be president. That is a problem. And then even the things that cost them the election in 2023
has not been resolved.
Has not been because
resolved.
That is a problem. So some of them, when you look at some of them, you say, this one wants to be president.
All right.
This one. So all those things. So they need to sit down to begin to look at themselves, and then everybody leave your ambition, leave your interest
of the party.
Then let's now look at the party first.
Okay.
All these people saying, they have given people money from APC. They should leave that one. Even if you hear that somebody, just remove it. Then come back and then let them decide and begin to work out a way for them to tackle APC.
Thank you very much. Brilliant submission there. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Kaidi Ladeni, you know, I appreciate you always. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
for
Thank
coming
you. It's
on
always
the
a pleasure
show.
to be here.
Exactly. And I also want to say thank you to all the gentlemen and women right there in the back room, pressing the buttons accordingly for us to have a beautiful show. And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.